While Bitcoin and most other currencies are designed for peer-to-peer trading, the easiest way to gain exposure to the space is through exchanges. The most popular exchanges make it incredibly simple to buy and sell cryptocurrencies. You make an account as you would any other online service. Most exchanges will require an ID and address verification in order to deposit fiat and take a few days to process your application. If you're depositing one type of crypto to exchange it for another, sometimes you don't even need a verification. Again, it does depend on the exchange. Once you've made an account, it is highly advisable to create a two-step authentication method attached to the account, which means you have a second layer of security on top of your original password. I personally use Google Authenticator and Authy from the Play Store. Hacks of personal exchange accounts are not uncommon, so this step really shouldn't be skipped. It's incredibly simple to do, and I can't think of a reason not to do it. Most exchanges will walk you through the steps of setting this up. An important thing to remember is writing down the backup code you will get once you set this authentication up. It's incredibly important to keep safe. Once your account is set up and you have the two-step authentication, you can send fiat to your account by credit card, bank transfer, PayPal, depending on what the exchange accepts. Simply open an account, verify your identity, and fund the account, and you're ready to go. Which exchange you use, though, depends on where you live. Jurisdiction is always changing, and another consideration is what coins are available on each exchange. Not every exchange will list every coin or token. To buy or sell the coin or token you want, you may have to have an account across several exchanges. Personally, I have to have an account on Coinbase to gain access to Bitcoin through USD. And then to trade the multiple altcoins I choose to trade, I have to then transfer that Bitcoin to another exchange that have the BTC altcoin pairings. And some more of the most popular exchanges are Binance, Coinbase, GDAX, KuCoin, Gemini, Bittrex, Kraken, Poloniex, and Bitfinex. And to be truly risk adverse, safely storing your assets is just as important as earning them. Cryptocurrencies typically have two addresses for any given asset, a pair of private and public encryption keys. The private key allows other users to send money to that address, while the private key enables the owner of the address to send payments to other public addresses. Cryptocurrency exchanges store your private keys on behalf of the users, acting as a custodian. Simply because your Coinbase says you have 2 Bitcoin in your account, that doesn't mean you actually own them. Ownership of a cryptocurrency means that you have the private key in your possession. There is a certain appeal in storing coins on exchanges, though. You can store coins and you can pretty much use them instantly to trade. It's a trade-off that needs to be properly considered when storing your assets, though. A good rule of thumb is to keep about as much on an exchange as you would take on a single trade, or pretty much as you'd have in your own personal wallet walking around. That might not seem like a lot, but the risks of hacks and loss of funds are there, and they're pretty prevalent. This presentation would be about another 10 minutes if I wanted to list off all of the past occurrences of exchange hacks. Exchanges they're seen as a big target due to the fact that they keep all their assets in a central party. Pretty much just paints a target on their back. There are times you have to transact larger trades, though, and that's of course fine to do. Just simply remember to transfer those funds back to your wallet. Now that you know the risks of exchange custody, here are some of the more popular types of wallets. First, you have the software and online wallets. Pretty much it's just software on your computer that you can control, like the name suggests. Your currency is stored in your computer, and the only way for you to use your coin is actually having physical access to that computer. So unless someone steals your computer or some sort of phishing or malware, it's pretty secure. It's a lot more secure than the exchanges, as long as you follow common sense internet safety protocol. No clicking on links you don't recognize, of course. Pretty much you just have to pick the software wallet you want to use, download it, and store your coins on it. It's pretty easy. Your best bet in choosing one of these wallets, though, is going to the official website of the coin you're attempting to store. For example, if you want to store Bitcoin, go to bitcoin.org, not .com, but bitcoin.org, they have a whole resource tab of different types of software and online wallets. The same would go for Ethereum or Neo or any of the more popular coins. Go to the official website and grab a resource link off that. Then you also have an online web wallet, which these web wallets add more convenience than a software wallet, but they also take some of the safety away. Phishing and hacking attempts are extremely common, so it's not really advised to store large amounts of assets into these. So web wallet is pretty much accessed wherever you can on the web. You just type in the URL, your password, and you're good to go. I typically use one for a hot wallet, as in if I'm traveling or if you're just going to transact a single trade. And that brings us to hardware wallets, which are the best bet to store larger amounts of your assets. Think of it as a flash drive that is specifically designed to only hold cryptocurrencies. It's the only thing they can do. They are created only to interact with the internet once multiple security measures are passed, and even then it can only function a certain way that protects your coins at all costs. These devices can go online for transferring coins, uploading data, and then disconnect it completely from the internet and go offline for safe storage. The leading wallets are currently Ledger, Trezor, and KeepKey. Each one has their strengths and weaknesses, but you really can't go wrong with picking one of the three I listed. Some of them are open source, some are closed source. Something important to remember though, when you're going to buy one of these, is buy direct from the official seller. Any third party selling hardware wallets allows for a slight chance to be tampered with. There have been cases where people did not buy direct and they have been opened and the security compromised with alterations. Depending on which wallet you choose, you can go to the official website and they have resource guides to help you check if yours has been tampered with. And just to reiterate the last important point, ownership of a cryptocurrency means that you have access to the private keys in your possession. Using a hardware wallet, a combination of a hardware wallet exchange, software and web wallets, you can securely store your assets.